Greetings from the sub-ether. This is Alan with another quick color basic video. This time I'm going to kind of explain what I've been doing. My camera is pointed at a Raspberry Pi 400 hooked up to a monitor here in this hotel I'm in at the moment. And I'm running the XROAR emulator that's on the right of the screen. And over on the left is Microsoft Visual Studio Code, a little text editor I use. I like it because it's cross-platform. I can run it on the Mac, on Windows, and even on Linux. And I was asked how have I been doing these videos. They could tell I had code. Was I just looking at it and typing it in? Well, over here on the left, I can just type a basic program like tin print. Oops, how about we do it in uppercase? Print hello world, and line 20, go to 10. I can save it out. And I'll give it a name like, let's see, hello world.bas. Save that out. So that's somewhere on the disk, and you see I've got the Color Basic extension for Visual Studio Code that colorizes Color Computer Basic. It even has renumber and some other features in it. It's a free extension in the little Visual Studio Extension App Store or whatever. I go over to the XROAR emulator, do a Control-L, and somewhere here I should have this hello that I just saved out. Well, I don't know where it is, so let me go into my Coco. There it is, hello world. So I do that, and I load it. XROAR will act as if that is an ASCII cassette file. It has some extra code that fakes this out. So now, it's just like I mounted a cassette. I'll do cload, it loaded it, and there's my program, run. So that's how I've been doing cross-development. Now, I can't get files out of the emulator back into a text editor. There's some ways to do that. You can configure it to use a printer, so you can do LLIST to list to a printer. You can configure XROAR so when it runs, the printer goes to a text file. So I could do that where I could actually edit things in this window, in the emulator, and then I could list it to the printer and get it in a text file that I could then reopen into a text editor. Or you could just use disk images, and there's utilities to copy things to and from the file system on your computer to a disk image, and then you could mount that. Like, I believe I have a disk over here, a Drive 0 disk, and on it are various programs I've been working on. So that's another way to do it, is you could use a disk image. But for doing really simple things like I've been doing, I really like being able to just type things in here and add new lines. Let's do sound, sound 5,5. Control S to save it out. Let's load this in, then type cload, and now I've got that program. So that's kind of how I develop when I've got the emulator on the Raspberry Pi. Really quick and easy, and I like that the XROAR emulator allows me to do that. The XROAR emulator currently does not do Color Computer 3, but there is future support coming for Color Computer 3. It doesn't fully work yet, but he is working on Color Computer 3. There's the 40 column screen. Let's see, palette 8,0, palette 8,63. No. What was the command? Palette 0,0, palette 8,63, CLS1. Almost, CLS1. Okay, there it is. So it's beginning to work with Color Computer 3, and he's got some preliminary code in there. But in general, I've been using XROAR just because it's super easy for me to go back and forth between a text editor and bring it in to the emulator. So that's how I've been doing these videos. I can simply load, and then I can go and select one of my programs, do a cload, and have my program there. All right, until next time, don't panic.